Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Relief Tutorials again. Let us continue the topic of previous class, image formation by the concave mirror. In the last lecture, we have seen two cases. We have placed the object at the infinite distance in front of concave mirror. We obtained the image at f. The nature was real and inverted. The size was point height. Second case was we have placed the object beyond C. We have obtained the image between C and F. Nature was real and inverted and size smaller than the object. Let us start with the third case, in which let us bring the object more closer. Let us take the object now on C. Let us place the object exactly at center of curvature in front of concave mirror. First, let us place the object here. We know the rules. We know the rules for reflection by the spherical mirrors. Let us insert the first ray parallel to principal axis, reflected from F. So this is the first reflected ray. We have used the rule number 1 that if the incident ray goes parallel to principal axis, it will reflect from F. Now let us use the second rule that if the incident ray goes from F, it will reflect parallel to principal axis. So let us say the second ray goes like this and it reflects like this. So here we are obtaining the image because both the reflected rays are meeting here. The meeting of reflected ray is real actually. So the image is also real. So third case, if you place the object at C, the image will be obtained at C. The nature is real and inverted and the size is same as object. Size is same as object, position is same, nature is real and inverted. It's very important case to remember. Let us take the fourth case. Let us bring the object more closer. If you observe carefully what exactly we are doing, we are placing the objects at different places. We have started to place the object from what? Infinite distance. Infinite distance. We are taking the object now closer from infinite to beyond C and now on C. Now let us bring the object more closer to the mirror. So fourth case, let us take the object between F and C like this. This is the object between F and C. It was at infinite distance, more closer beyond C, more closer at C, and now we are taking the object between F and C. We have to obtain the image for this. We have to pass two incident rays. First ray goes parallel to principal axis, reflect from F. Second rule we can use that if the incident ray goes from F, it will reflect parallel to principal axis. So if you see the point of intersection of reflected rays are here, so the image is here. So this is the image. We can see that this image is now bigger than the object, real and inverted. So fourth, what is the position of object? Position of object is between C and F. Position of image is, can you see that it is beyond C? So position of image is beyond C. Nature is still real and inverted, and size of image is, now we can say it's bigger than object. Okay. Fifth case now. Let us bring the object more closer in the next case. Let us place the object now exactly on F. See, in these also, you can use a third rule also. That if you know third rule. Third rule is what? If the incident ray goes from C, it will reflect from C. So if you want to use that rule, you have to just join. So look at this. This is C and this is the head of the object. You just place the straight line like this, and this is the incident ray, and the same will be the reflected ray. If you want to use that rule, you can use that. But the most important thing is now the fifth case. In the fifth case, we are going to place the object exactly at F. Let us say this is the object in front of concave mirror. Let us pass two rays. First ray going parallel to principal axis and reflect from F like this. Now the second rule of reflection we have seen is what? If the incident ray goes from F, it will reflect parallel. But here the object itself is on F. Object itself is on F, so we cannot the incident ray from F. So compulsory we have to use a third rule. Third rule is what? If the incident ray goes from C, it will reflect in the opposite direction. So let us say this is incident ray going from C. This is one of the incident ray going from C and touching the head of the object. So after striking the mirror, it will reflect back in the reverse direction. So these are the two reflected rays. And we can see that these two reflected rays are parallel to each other. They are neither converging nor diverging. They are going parallel to each other, and we have seen in the previous classes that if the reflected rays are parallel, no image is formed. But what we have to write? Fifth case, what is the position of object? Position of object is at F. Position of image, there is no image formed here, but what we can write? We can write the position of image is at infinite distance, because the rays are going parallel to each other and they are not going to meet at any point. So the position of image is at infinite distance. Nature is real and inverted still, we can say. And size we can say highly enlarged, we can say. So this is the most important case. If you compare the first case and the fifth case, look at this. The first case, if you place the object at infinite distance, image is at F, and if you place the object at F, image will be at the infinite distance. Reverse cases. Same way, if you compare the second and the fourth case, they are also opposite to each other. If you place the object beyond C, image is between C and F, and if you place the object between C and F, the image is beyond C. You can see the places are reversed. And see the third case, if you place the object at C, the image is also at C. And now the totally different case, the last case. Now the only one place left. You have to place the object between F and pole P. Sixth and the last case is here. Let us place the object between F and T. This is the object. Let us say this is concave mirror. Let us incident the first ray parallel to principal axis and it will reflect from F. First, second ray again from C to head of C. It's very easy to use the third rule, that just you join the C and head of the object. Just you join C and the head of the object, and the same will be the reflected ray. So these are the two reflected rays, and we can see they both are going away from each other. Such type of rays are called as divergent rays. We already know these. So divergent rays are not going to meet really. So we can extend them behind, and we can find the point of intersection. Because these rays are virtual, this part is virtual, the image will be formed here is called as virtual image. So this is the image formation. This is the image. So sixth case is very important. Position of object is between F and P. Between F and P. Position of image. Where is the image? Image is behind the mirror. It's not in front of the mirror. Previous all the images were in front of the mirror, but now this image is behind the mirror. The nature is, we can see the nature is virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. And the size is enlarged. We cannot say it's highly enlarged, but magnified. We can say enlarged, or we can say magnified, or in the very simple language, bigger than the object, whatever you say. So this is the most important topic. See, listen one more thing. We can see our image daily in the plane mirror. We see our face daily, we see our body in the plane mirror. The person can see his own image only when the image is virtual and erect. Real image directly cannot be seen in the mirror, because you see the image formed of your body in the plane mirror seems to be behind the mirror. It seems to be behind the mirror. So in the mirror what you see is virtual. The real image cannot be seen in the mirror or behind the mirror. The real images are always to be captured on a screen. Just like we see the screen in the cinema hall, theaters, that the projector is projecting the picture on the screen. So those were the real images. Virtual images can be seen behind the mirror always. So look at this image, it's behind the mirror. Consider yourself here. If you are standing here in front of the concave mirror, let us consider I am here, I am standing in front of one of the concave mirror. And because this image is behind the mirror, I can see my image behind the mirror. Okay, but what will be the nature? In the plane mirror, daily we see our face and our body, it's of same size. But here look at this. If I myself or you yourself is standing here, what you will observe about your image and what I will observe about my image, I will see myself highly enlarged. That is why this mirror is used in the shaving mirrors. In the shaving mirrors, what is the logic behind this? When you are shaving, you have to consider this one of the concave mirror, you have to bring the concave mirror close to your face. Because why, or in which condition I can see my face behind the mirror? When my face will be between F and P. Okay, so when my face will become, or when my face is between F and P, I can see my image behind the mirror larger. So I can see my face larger when I place my face between F and P of this mirror. So I can see my face larger behind the mirror. So this is one of the use of concave mirror, that is use the shading mirrors. Many other uses are also there. The concave surfaces are also used to concentrate the light, focusing the light, because we see the very first case that if the rays all are parallel, all these rays can be focused at one of the point. So focusing of light is also one of the use. If you study this table very well, look at these positions, it's very easy to remember. If you place the object at infinite distance, image will be at F. If you place the object at F, image will be at the infinite distance. If you place the object beyond C, image is between C and F. If you place the object between C and F, the image will be beyond C. Object at C, image at C. All these are real and inverted cases. The only one case is totally different from the others. If you place the object between F and P, the image will be behind the mirror, virtual and erect, enlarged or magnified. See students, this is the most important part of the whole chapter. This is the base of the chapter. The further chapter will be totally dependent on this table. Okay, so you have to be very clear about the table. You have to learn this table today only, after this lecture only. Otherwise, the next lecture will be very difficult for you, because at most of the places you have to use these concepts. Size you have to remember, places you have to remember. Based on the position of object, you have to quickly answer the positions of image, nature, and their size. One more thing, how you will draw these images. You have to draw you have to draw 6 different diagrams for each one. And let me give you some hint to draw the mirrors. Consider this is your notebook and these are the lines. Okay, so the height of the mirror should be of 11 lines in your notebook. These are some easiest way to draw the mirror, and the accurate figure will be there. 11 lines. The height of the mirror should be 11 lines, and the radius of the rounder, because to draw the curve you have to use the rounder. So 6 centimeter radius for that. Take 6 centimeter radius. Means take 6 centimeter radius between the point of the rounder and the pencil, and 11 lines height. Let us say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Consider this is your notebook. Okay, so take the height of 11 lines. Obviously, if you think about the 11 lines, the 6th line. So this is the first line, second line, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th. So these will be your principal axis. 6 centimeter radius of the rounder, and now take this like this, 6 centimeter, and draw the curve like this. So this is your mirror. The point of rounder will behave as a center of curvature for you. This point will behave as pole. Because this distance is 6 centimeter, exactly in between these two, means at the 3 centimeter you can place principal. Very simple. Just do this colored part like this. This dash 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 means colored part. So this is your perfect concave mirror, and then you start to draw these images. It will be very helpful to you. It will reduce your time to do the task. And now the topic is about